So I'll start from the top. So it has cameras on the windshield for safety and for the radar sensor and all the other automatic wipers. And you get your wipers in there. And the bonnet is flat and only is raised on the edges. And if we come to the front, you can see the badging there. So that's the G7. And then you get your Xpeng badging right there. And then you get daytime running lights from the left all the way to the right. And then we look at the headlamps here. Headlamps, we have LEDs in there and turn signals here. So when the turn signals are not on, it serves as a daytime running light and it doubles as a turn signal light. So that's cool. And then up here you got this nice light coming from there. I'm not sure what it is for. And you got airflow here on the front, which allows for wind to go through for aerodynamic purposes and possibly for cooling the brakes. And down here you have your parking sensors and also some piano black plastic here. And then down here you also have a grill here that allows air in when it's needed. And let me just go to the left hand side. So on the left hand side we have our tires. So it comes with 255 45 rim 20 Michelin tires, really nice. So that's Pilot Sport EV, as you can see right there. It's a 20-inch wheel, and in there we got our suspension going on. And let me just move back a little so we can see the full profile of this car. And if I come closer again, we got a camera here, a camera there, and another camera here. So you got 3 cameras. And as an industry standard now in China, when the car has autonomous driving, they indicate that with this blue lighting, which is accepted by all brands and is being used now. And then you have your driving mirror and a blind spot monitor right there on the rear view mirror. And the doors are pop out style, so you put your fingers, it's touch sensitive, so it has a sensor and then it pops out and you can open the door. Let me just go around before I come to the rest of the car. So as you come to the rear, it kind of widens and has this muscular build to it as you get to the rear. And let's take a look at the headlights. So I'm seeing some very nice tail light design here, kind of like crystallized 3D design from the left all the way. This light bar goes all the way to the right hand side. And if we look up here, we got our brake light bar up here, and hidden in the tucked away is a wiper, as you can see right there. And if we come down here, you will see the badging, the Xpeng badging. So that's the G7 indicator right there. And you got 2 cameras here. Not sure what they are for, but yeah, camera galore on this car. And then there's another camera right here. Again, you got a G7 badging, and down here you got a piano black all the way on the bottom. I'm not sure if this is going to scratch over time, but yeah, it's there. And then you come to the right hand side, and this is the charging department. So you get your fast charging and the slow charging. So there's not a lot of information on this car yet, but he tells me you can, if you have a fast charger, you can charge from 20 to 80% in 12 minutes. And then if you have a regular charger, you can charge 20 to 80% in 20 minutes. And of course, charging with a slow charger at home is going to take the usual 7-8 hours. And I like this lip that has been put here. It gives it a very sleek design. Let me step back a little. Xpeng is really making some really good cars now. They look really, really awesome. This is a newly released one. So there was a 6, which is over there, the white one you can see right there. And this is the G7, which has been released within the last month. And if we go on to the right hand side, it's going to basically mimic what is on the left hand side. Overall, a really nice looking car, very, very sleek. So let me go to the interior and work my way from the boot and then to the front. So to open the boot, you have to go way down. This will be a disadvantage for people who have waist problems. You have to go all the way down, but you press it. I would have preferred to just put a button here, but you have to go all the way down to open it. But once you open it, you got an auto boots close button here, and you got the boot lid is made of plastic, but as you go inside, you're gonna have only plastic on the top part, but all the way down and behind the seats and everywhere else is soft touch carpet material, which looks really good. And the lid is not too high, so it's easy to load things up in the boot. And you get some tie down points here, all made of some nice aluminum, very strong feeling. And then you have a 12-volt socket here for charging and connecting other devices. It puts out 180 watts, 12 volts. And then you got this netting here where you can store other things. And then you got a subwoofer here and some speakers here, speaker grills. And then you also have these hooks here where you can hang things. It takes a maximum of 3 kilograms of weight. You can tuck it away. One is on this side and there's one on the other side as well. The whole boot is flat and lined with carpet, so it's not good. Things are going to rattle about and be noisy and annoying. But as an added advantage, when you lift the fourth floor, you have a really deep extra space here, which is all lined with felt as well. Nice carpet material, so it's not one of those ones where once you lift it you see bare metal. This is soft everywhere, so that is really nice that you're providing that. I like this nice touch here. So there's it's not a sticker, it's kind of like a print, kind of like an embossment of some explanations for dogs, for indicating the sort of things you can carry in this car and the sizes and all that. So that's a really nice touch. I'm not sure if the camera picked it up well, but that's what you get. You get your number plate light in here, and they get a button to open the boot, and that's the camera I showed you earlier. So to shut it, we just press that and then it goes back down, and it goes back down really relatively fast as well. So that's a nice touch to it. And let's go on to the rear doors. So with the rear doors, so the doors pop out and then they just open. But let me just show you something real quick. So you can slam the door slightly, or you can just let the, so it sucks it in. So these are soft closed doors as well. So once it's gonna suck it in. So that's really nice that even the rear doors have that. But when you open the rear doors, which are frameless, you have very thick glass here. It doesn't look double glazed, but it looks like it's double glazed, but all put in one piece because it looks thicker. And when we go down here, you have some very nice perforations in this soft material here. You got an aluminum strip running all the way there. And as you go down, you have soft material. The only place you have plastic is where the speaker is coming from. This is all hard plastic, but very nice plastic at that. And then you get a wood panel here where you can adjust the seat, the back rest of the seat, and then raise and lower your mirror. And then you get a button here for opening the door, and you get soft, wherever you touch is soft touch, especially where you hold to close the door. So that's nice. And you only start to see hard plastic again when you come down here, and it has a really nice design. I like this striped effect here. And then you get an emergency pull latch to open here, so that's in here. So in case the electronics fail, you have something to pull onto. And I like this, that the doors go all the way down, and it's got really thick sealing, rubber sealing all around. And so when the weather is bad and the car is dirty, you're not going to soil your clothes because it goes all the way down. So that's a nice touch. And if we go into the car, the seats itself, it has this gray tone to it. Very, very nice. I sat in the seats earlier and they're very comfortable. I like that they give you soft pillows for your neck. And then the upper leather itself and the way it's been padded is very, very comfortable when you sit in it. So as you can see, it's a bench style seat and it's quite spacious as well. And the floor is also completely flat. So when you sit in it, it's going to give you, even for taller people, I'm 183 centimeters tall and my feet can go way down under the driver's seat. And as you can see, the passenger seat as well. And I have a lot of space to play around. Even my knees, right, give me a lot of space. and the headroom is good as well. You got a grab handle here. You got your interior lighting. Unfortunately, there's no pocket here for the left passenger, but the passenger behind the front passenger seat gets a table that pops out like so, and you can eat here. You can put your computer or laptop, pad, tablet, computer here, computer, or kids can do their homework or whatever you want to do, and then to replace it you just push it back like that. So that's a really neat feature. So yes, that is an A for the rear seats. And let's just take a look at the panoramic roof. So the panoramic roof goes all the way from the front all the way to the back, from the back all the way to the front. And the configuration of the door is going to be basically like what I showed earlier on the side that I'm sitting on. And if we come down here, you got your air vents coming from here, and then you got this Tesla style screen that is being done now. I've seen it on many Chinese cars now, and Xpeng has joined the bandwagon. So you got a screen here for rear passengers. I used to think that the screens that are installed above are better, but from the look of things and after sitting in some of these cars for a while, I kind of think that the placement here just makes so much sense, because when you're sitting with a headrest and the pillow behind your neck, naturally your head is pointing downward, and so you don't have to strain your neck to see the screen. And although it's not a big screen, it's clear enough. Not exactly iPad size, but because of how clear the screen is, you can actually watch something and feel comfortable. It's not going to be difficult for people to watch it. So the design of the seat, looking at it from the rear, also looks really nice. And as you go up, it's Alcantara on the top, and then as you come down here, it's not Alcantara but some kind of soft fabric as well, and you only start to see plastics as you go down, which is fine, because people's feet and shoes are going to be hitting these parts, so there's really no need to put any soft material there. But overall, very, very nice and spacious rear space. Let's move on to the front seat. So when we open the front seat, the configuration of the door is basically similar to that on the rear, except extra buttons, of course, for the driver, and a door lock button, and buttons for all the doors for the driver to be able to control. I think this is something VW can learn from these, because they used to do it like this, but they went to doing the two buttons and the switching thing, which is kind of annoying for many people. And as you can see, it's not lined with felt, but it's very, very big space for storage. And when we look at the controls for the driver, you got the lumbar support, you got the seat control buttons here. All works really snappy, and you got a G badging here on the carpet. And if we look in here, it also has very nice seat design for the driver, with pillow for the driver and passenger. And I like the way these have been sewn. If you just look at from the video, you can see how much cushion has been put in this, so it tells you that this is going to be very, very comfortable. Let me just sit in the driver's seat. So if I sit in the driver's seat, I'll start from the top. So from the top we got Alcantara all around. We got a speaker grill here for the passenger, a speaker grill there, and the sun visor comes down this way. Also, not Alcantara but some soft material, and if I pull it down, it makes way to this very huge vanity mirror with lights on both sides for looking at your face. And then up here you got microphones here, two microphones. You got your hazard light, SOS button, and your interior lighting. And then you got a rear view mirror, which one of the cameras turns on to make you visibility much clearer for you. And if we go here, this is the design they are going for the dash. So there's no way to open the glove box. I'm not sure if it's openable. This car is new and there's not much information on it yet, but even if this opens, it might be electronic, because I don't see any buttons to do that here. And then you go up here, the dash has this layered design, which is nice, and everywhere you touch is soft touch with some wood trim in there with some aluminum trim up here and a speaker grill up there. And as we come to the middle, you got a speaker grill in the middle and a speaker grill on the left side as well. And then you got some air vents here and then a camera here, as it is on many Chinese cars. And if you look at the screen carefully where my finger is pointing, you can see this white screen there, which is usually where the HUD displays information, but right now they're running some adverts on it. So I believe when the car is stationary, you can actually watch the infotainment that is running on the big screen. You can also populate it here. But he tells me once you're driving, you're not going to have that screen because it will be distracting. You're just going to have your regular speed, direction, and stuff like that. But once the car is stopped, you can actually watch something just by looking at the HUD area. So that's really cool. I'm not sure if it shows properly, but if you sit in here, you can see it clearly. Now let's come to the steering department. So as usual, you have your stock here for turn signals, all very tactile and sounds really good, which also doubles as the stock for your wipers and things like that. And over there you have your drive selector, which I like very much. I don't know why manufacturers are using buttons. This one is just way easier. Mercedes-Benz started it, American cars had it, and now everybody is using it, which is cool. But some stubborn companies are still doing all kinds of funny things. And we come to the steering. So the steering is this two-tone thing. It's got black here and the dark gray here, which is nice. And this is Xpeng signature steering, which I like very much. It's very simple. When you see it in pictures or videos, it looks kind of silly, but once you sit close to it, you kind of feel like it's really well built, and the design just makes so much sense. It has this slight moon-shaped profile, very slightly. You got your badge in here, you got your horn, very easy to reach to from anywhere in the car. And then you got your navigation buttons, your voice activation, favorites button. You got volume and change track forward, back over here. Very, very smallish steering wheel, but it really works. It's just the right size for everyone, whether you have big hands or not. So yes, you don't have a secondary display here. You have the main display and the HUD, but that's fine because the HUD is right in your line of sight, so it's not going to be a problem for many people. And we come here to the storage department. So we have the central storage here. You press to open, and it has this very deep storage area, which is lined with felt, so things are not going to rattle about. I don't know what anyone would complain about because it's so deep. You can put so many things here. And then you also have this hook here where you can put like some sort of cards or papers tucked away nicely. And to close it, you just push it. It all makes so much sense. And here you got your cup holders. They don't go down, they just as they are, but they are just of the right size, and they won't take a big bottle, but any small medium-sized bottle will fit. And it's not too deep, not too shallow, so things, whatever you put in there, is not going to be moving about. It's just the right size. And then up here you have two wireless charging pads. One is NFC ready and the other is just wireless charging, but they both put out 50-watt charging, which is going to give us some really fast charging. There are a lot of phones that don't even have wired 50 watts bricks, so 50 watts is really, really fast. You got a vent here for the air to come out, and you also got a vent here for the driver and another over there for the passenger. Now let's come to the screen. So the screen is not a huge one, but it's just the right size, I would say, and it's very, very clear, very, very crisp. And as you can see, the car is on slow charge now, so it's now at 69.8 kilometers. It was just 69.7 kilometers a second ago. It just changed, and it shows how long it's going to spend charging. And if you look at the screen, you got navigation here, and you got all other functions here, and you can see shortcuts displayed up there for the driver to see, and the climate control and music and all those, the camera and all those other ones are populated down here. Now if I just press home, so this is the home button, and if I press car, then you're going to see all the controls for the car. The language can be switched into English, I'm told, but I'm not going to go through all the details because most of these cars have basically the same, and there are symbols here, so sound, my speaker, electricity, camera, lighting. So even if you don't read Chinese, you have these very intuitive symbols to help you know what you're doing. But basically, you can switch it into English. So if English is your second language or whatever, or your first language, you're still going to have that option. And then you press here, you have your music going on. For copyright, I can't play anything. And then you got a 360 camera. Even though this showroom is quite dark, you can see very, very, very clearly. And you also have your button here to populate your downloaded apps and things like that. And I like that they put a navigation on the side of the driver because the driver is the one who needs it the most. But I believe you can switch areas and you can change how much size you want to dedicate to what you want to be displayed. So that's really nice. Some quick buttons here for lighting, parking, and all that stuff. All looking really nice and sensible here. I like how they've made it very simple, but at the same time the car is spacious as well. And down here there's extra storage under the center console where you have a type C charging port, a type A charging port, and a 12-volt socket here. And you also have an area here where you can put your favorite perfumes, and then it'll come with the ventilation and another storage area here as well. Alright guys, that's the end of this video. Thank you so much for sticking around. I hope you really enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more. Till I see you in the next video. Peace.